In today's video, let's discuss the WASP Launcher. This is a support weapon available free to every player right at the time of the freshly introduced Illuminate faction's arrival. This weapon quickly became one of my favorite support weapons for a couple of reasons. Firstly, as we all know, Helldivers love their cinematic explosions and animations, and this weapon has some of the most satisfying and fun animations in the game. The WASP shoots 7 rockets, either all together in artillery fashion, or shot automatically 1 rocket at a time in its burst mode. The interesting part of this weapon is that the rockets fire out left and right of the weapon's barrel, unlike our traditional explosive weaponry, which makes this weapon hard to use in cluttered environments. But due to the lock-on and plentiful ammo supply, this weapon can be used as a makeshift secondary weapon if you shoot your rockets sparingly. The explosive radius of 1 rocket is enough to kill 3 or 4 surrounding enemies, so I suggest shooting 1 rocket at a time at the center target of a group to get similar results to the artillery firing mode without using all 7 rockets at once. Now that we understand the basics of this weapon, let's begin breaking down the weapon's effectiveness against enemy types. Let's start off with the Illuminate, as I feel this weapon is built for these types of enemies. As we know, the Illuminate enjoys stealth swarming players, and with high armor and health of the Illuminate Overseers, these enemies are a pain to deal with. However, the WASP is able to one-shot all Overseers, flying or grounded, though they can be a bit tricky to hit in the air, so firing 1 or 2 shots will more than guarantee a kill on these enemy types. Watchers in the same fashion can be killed from quite far away with 1 shot from the WASP, allowing for infiltration missions to have a higher chance of success. The boltless are a bit more difficult, as these enemies do not auto-lock, and you can't directly attack these enemy types, but instead you can set the firing mode to artillery mode to clear a wider area while aiming at an Overseer or Watcher to allow for AoE wave clear potential. You could also save ammunition by shooting 2 or 3 shots in the burst firing mode, which will allow a similar explosive AoE while still having another 4 shots in the chamber for extra enemies. Against Harvesters, the WASP struggles a bit more. 1 full WASP barrage will take care of the shield surrounding these tanky enemies, but it will take another 2 full WASP swarms to fully kill this enemy type. Just be aware that the laser from the Harvester when reloading this weapon, and of course ammo management, and these enemies really won't pose much of a problem alone. Onto Automaton. Factory Striders take 5 to 6 full WASP swarms to kill, sometimes a bit more. I would not advise using this weapon to fight this enemy type, as it is especially struggles, as the swarming and long range capabilities of the surrounding troops will block the WASP's potential, as a long reload and minimal damage inflicted will more often than not get your diver killed. I even attempted to hit the belly of the beast, but struggled to hit the target and realized it really isn't worth the effort to attack this enemy with this weapon. Hulks are anywhere between 1 and 2 full missile swarms depending on luck and positioning of the rockets. Annihilator takes take 1 full missile swarm to kill, making this weapon a very effective counter to them. However, Shredder and Barrage tanks will take 2 full missile swarms to kill. By far the most satisfying kills are the gunships, taking only 2 shots to kill, and a total of 7 shots in the magazine. A 4 gunshot patrol can be almost fully eliminated before they have time to strike back. Dropships, however, will take more than 2 swarms to kill, and it's hard to even fire off enough shots to destroy the ship, so honestly I'm not really sure how many it will take to destroy, so it's better off saving those missiles for the incoming troops than wasting it on the dropship itself. In terms of bot objectives, for all bot objectives such as the anti-air, mortars, including bot fabricators, it'll take full 2 swarms to eliminate consistently. However, the WASP Launcher cannot lock onto broadcast stations, detector towers, or stratagem jammers, so you'll have to be a bit more creative to destroy these types of structures. On the Terminid front, Bile Titans can be eliminated consistently with 3 swarms. Chargers and Behemoths will also take 2 to 3 swarms to kill. The Impaler, surprisingly, will only take 1 swarm, if even that, as you can most likely eliminate Impalers with 5 to 6 rockets, but I would advise shooting the whole swarm just to confirm your kills. Stalkers are fast, but can be killed with the WASP with 1 to 2 rockets. Although these enemies are highly mobile and stealthy, it'll be a bit more difficult to use the WASP against these enemies if you aren't prepared. In terms of objectives, Shrieker Nests and Spore Blooms can be destroyed with 1 full missile swarm, but this is the only time I would advise using the artillery firing mode, as this will not only guarantee its destruction, but also speed up the time between shots, allowing you to break all Shrieker Nests quicker and efficiently. Surprisingly, the WASP locks onto bug holes, destroying them in a single missile strike. However, aiming and position is the key, as you'll miss if the rockets aren't fired from directly in front of the bug hole, so keep this in mind when running through the bug nest. Let's quickly summarize and provide additional tips for this weapon. The WASP Launcher is a great support weapon that combines ease of use, targeted damage, as well as AoE destructive power. At low levels, this stratagem is a bit useless as the targeting is only allowed on medium and heavy armor targets, but against the all-medium enemy types, the WASP Launcher hits precision damage better than any other support weapon available. Some hidden tips I noticed when using the WASP was the availability of use while in a recon vehicle. Not only does it provide epic gameplay, but also allowed for wave clearing at an unprecedented level without the drawback of being exposed during the reload. Speaking of reload, there is a way to speed reload this weapon. This is accomplished by cancelling the reload after the first cartridge is removed by hitting a stim and restarting the reload afterwards, allowing for movement between reloads without starting the whole process over again. And yes, you can do this by crouching as well. Weirdly, you can target your own stratagems and some friendly drop pods if needed, though this would really only be useful in niche situations like attacking voteless swarms without the need of medium or heavy units to lock onto. Don't forget to always have the WASP in burst mode for the majority of the map. The only case where artillery is better is for the bug spores and the shrieker nest destruction. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If there was anything I missed in this guide, please comment them down below for your fellow divers. I hope this video helped you understand how to use the WASP Launcher effectively from now on. If you did learn something new, please consider liking, subscribing, or sharing this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Twiltz, and I will see you in the next video.